It's the collapsing tower with invisible airplane, plus Activator and Wonder Woman. Penguin sold separately. You can place Wonder Woman in the invisible airplane or hang her on the rope ladder. Imagine the Penguin uses the Activator to blow up the tower. Pretend Wonder Woman flies the invisible plane to stop him. You can rebuild the tower. Collapsing tower with invisible airplane, plus Activator and Wonder Woman. From Mego.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Mego Museum's Vintage Mego. I'm Brian, your host, and today our subject is Wonder Woman, or more importantly, the Wonder Woman and the Collapsing Tower playset from the 1976 series of comic action heroes by, of course, Mego Corporation. Comic action heroes were developed in 1976 by Mego as an exploration of making more elaborate playsets. It wasn't cost effective to create these elaborate giant playsets for the world's greatest superheroes, so they shrunk down the characters and offered these new environments. The first three releases of the Mego comic action hero playsets revolved around the trinity of DC characters, namely Superman with the Fortress of Solitude playset, Batman with the Exploding Bridge playset, and Wonder Woman with the Collapsible Tower. Now, historically, Wonder Woman didn't get a lot of merchandise like this. In the 1960s, she saw a little bit in a Super Queens doll and the Multiple Plastics playset. The release of this playset may have had something to do with a little thing called The New Adventures of Wonder Woman that had come out the following fall and was a pop culture sensation. The concept of this set is simple. Wonder Woman must prevent the Penguin from blowing up this tower with the comic activator. Of course, the whole point of comic action hero sets is that worst case scenario happens. The Penguin does succeed in blowing up the tower, and Wonder Woman is merely successful in capturing him. This happens with all of the sets. I'd also like to point out that in the first three sets, the Penguin is the villain for 2/3 of it, the Joker being the logical Batman one. There were only 2 DC villains released in the comic action hero series, so these guys had to put in some serious overtime. The true highlight of this set, however, is the wonderful 3D representation of Wonder Woman's invisible jet. I'm conjecturing here, but I do believe that this is the first time the invisible jet had ever been featured as a toy. Multiple Plastics did release a Wonder Woman jet, but it isn't invisible. It's just a regular jet, I think, with Wonder Woman stickers on it. And this invisible jet is a real dandy. This is Mego firing on all cylinders. There is a tiny latch for Wonder Woman figure to stand on her wing and enact rescues. There is also a wonderful working rope ladder so that you can rescue any victims of the Penguin's mayhem. It's truly a shame that when the Pocket Heroes debuted, Mego didn't continue their idea of packaging vehicle and figure like they did with the Batmobile and the Spider Car and extend it to the invisible plane. Now, I didn't notice this while filming, but I do have a broken piece on my plane. I have 2. I have one for display and one in the box. This one is missing the back of its tail. I think it fell off during a move, and I do apologize. This is incomplete. Just like all the first wave comic action heroes stuff, we are treated to some beautiful box art by Neil Adams' Continuity Studios. And as a result, it's a beautiful package that would captivate a child's imagination, certainly mine. It's interesting to note that when Mego announced comic action heroes to the trade, this is the set they chose to highlight in their advertising. I think this may have been due to the Wonder Woman television series and her character being very interesting. I want to point out that the collapsing tower aspect of this works incredibly well, so much so that it's actually a bit difficult to put the tower together. It just wants to fall apart. But once you get it there, just the slightest tap from the comic activator, it results in incredible disaster. It's really well done and fun. At the time of its release, this set was the poorest seller of the 3. This is mainly due to the fact that the other two sets were featured in several Wish books and got a bigger spotlight. But also, I think the idea of Wonder Woman toy in the boys' aisle may have been a little difficult for girls to track down. However, on the secondary market, it is now a heavily coveted item due to its popularity with both Mego fans and Wonder Woman collectors. This set was released in 3 different countries, namely the U.S., Canada, where the box was smaller, and of course the Grand Toys logo was added, and in UK by a company called Denny Fisher, where they also used a smaller box than the U.S. version. The version I've been using is the Canadian one, hence the French. I picked this up back in 1994, and I'm still grateful that I have it. Are you a Comic Action Heroes fan? Do you have fond memories of this toy? You can let me know here in the comments section on YouTube. Hit me up on Twitter, @Mego Museum. Join our growing Facebook group, Mego Mania. Or visit us online at www.megomuseum.com. We are always interested in talking vintage Mego there. Thanks for watching as always. If you're new to this, I hope you'll consider hitting like and subscribe. We do this every week. Until next time, have fun, Mego fans.